Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, a happy Monday to you all. Hopefully your week is off to a great start, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully you're having a great day nonetheless. I cannot believe it has taken this long for me to get around to this, and that's so poor on my part, especially for how much I love the K-Band. But we are finally getting around to checking out the latest release from the gentleman over at Band Nah. And they were on a very recent Dingo Rising Voice alongside One We, I believe. Right? I'm pretty sure it was One We back when they came back with brand new music. And of course, Mr. Na himself brought up that he was releasing, or they were releasing new music. I'm pretty sure this dropped like May 4th or something like that. So I am over 2 weeks late to this. But Band Nah's Dumb, their brand new song. We checked out Love, Love, Love from them last year, and it was terrific fun. Very nice, very bright, very groovy as well. So, let's see what the gentlemen from Band Nah have in store for us today. Oh, and I get to use my brand new K-Band intro too, the updated one. Here we go! I've realized that a lot of recent MVs from K-Bands have a lot of dark shots and group sets, which makes it really hard to make an intro because you can't really see who's who, especially in the case of Extraordinary Heroes and One We. That's a little bit tough. Might have to wait to see if they release any like B-side stuff. But well, here we are, Band Nah's Dumb. I don't know them enough to kind of even start guessing what this is gonna sound like. But we're just gonna send it. So, let's send it. Shall we send it? Yes, we shall. Here we go. Oh, this is a lot rougher than I thought it was going to be. Hold on. Oh, wait, let him cook. Hold on. I love this, the sound that they've gone. They've purposely gone that older sound in the rock world. Like the styling too is very much, you know, Beatles era styling. Early guitar solo? Hello? Honestly, that is the vibe right now. Just my guy on the bass understands the vibe right. And it ramps up just enough too. The mixing for this song too is just the right amount of like, I guess overdrive? No, it's overdrive's not the right word for it. They added just enough crunch to this to just give the aesthetic the right amount of grit. Hey, are you all hearing this? The groove rips. Oh. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's so good. What? Oh man, I feel even worse now that I waited freaking 3 or 2.5 weeks for this. I'm not quite sure I understand the weird horror elements of this, but yeah, 60s band, nah, absolutely killed it. I also really like that they got the it wasn't just the fits, but it was also the playing style of it as well, like the really high strung electric guitar, very period accurate, I feel like. Wow, that's terrific. I haven't had this much fun with a K-band release. Well, I feel like I have this much fun with every K-band release, and that's probably a good thing. God, do I love a K-band. Oh my god. There is a different kind of magic to a K-band that I just crave. I know there's a whole bunch of K-pop groups with brand new music. I mean, 90% of my channel is K-pop at this point, but the magic of a K-band, just every single time, is so nice. But this song, admit it, I have not heard much music from Band Na. I believe this is like song number 2 that I've heard fully, is my favorite Band Na song now. It's so nice. It's aesthetically so nice in every aspect of the word. Like, musically, they've got that old rock sound so right. And I feel like when it comes to rock, we've talked a lot about that hair metal, like hard rock sound from the 1980s, because that's what I grew up on, even though I was born in 1997, but that's a different story. Like, that era of rock music is what I grew up on, because that's what my parents listened to in the car ride and during car rides and stuff. But there has been something so aesthetically pleasing about this like 60s, like very early 70s vein of rock music to me that I've always found very charming. Dumb has that down to a T. It's so nice. The engineering behind the song has that right amount of crunch. And it's got the right amount of speed to just really be able to almost like headbang along to, but not in the way that you would headbang along to like your hard rock and your heavy metal, you know, your 80s stuff, like your hair metal stuff. Go again, man. Go again. Weirdly enough, in this intro section, it doesn't feel that old. It feels a lot more modern than the rest of the song does. And maybe it's the visual element that does that too, because visually everything is modern right now. But, oh. It works for me, the way that the song starts, kind of. I mean, it visually tells a story, right? It has like the modern crew with the 60s band, and the sound that the band is producing kind of reflects that as well. Maybe it's that, like, the thing that I called overdrive earlier, that kind of crunch that the song builds as it progresses. Maybe that's what's making the, that kind of older rock sound work. Because now that I'm listening to it for a second time around, it's not that old rock sound isn't as potent as I thought it was the first time around. But maybe it is this, you know, kind of blown out like overdrive element that makes that. This chorus especially, I think, harnesses that attitude really well. Just like, this is period correct for me, this chorus. The early guitar solo is an interesting touch. Usually the guitar solo is, well, where the bridge goes in like modern pop music. But we got it as kind of like a post-chorus after chorus 1. I'm not mad at it though. It's a nice guitar solo. It's loud, it's really gritty. They've like intensified that over even more. And I think that's really cool. And then we'll, you know, verse. They're retaining that like moving guitar part, like they're keeping it in that higher register, and yet they've brought back that like groove of that bass again. My god, bass over here gets the understands the vibe. Watch how his head moves. Yeah, this song, just everything about this song works for me. I know that this came with a mini album, and there's, I think, 3 more songs on the album that I was originally planning on listening to, but, you know, time and school's gotten in the way a little bit. I do want to get around to those, though, whether it's on camera or in my free time, because, look, I have said this many a times, and if there was ever a thing to put on the LT K-pop bingo card, it's the phrase, if this is how good the title track is, or if this is how good blank track is, how good is the rest of the album going to be? This pertains here as well. If the title track is this good, how good are the B-sides going to be? Oh, you know what? I'll look into seeing if I could squeeze in some time to do it. I do have a research deadline coming up this week, so I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to allocate to the YouTube thing. But this is a whole lot of fun, and I'm really glad I made the time to go back and check this one out, because this was so worth it. Whoa, this is a lot of fun. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as well, but I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all for watching along with me. Again, hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, you know, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.